the fewest tries, 58, and the fewest points, 342 in Super League. Last year they were the top try scorers with 165, and the top point scorer with 944. What a difference in 2016. There's Chris Campbell, who is the referee tonight, and we're all just about ready to go. And I must say, it's good to see that the whole pitch is better than it was a couple of weeks ago in the Cup. Wigan and Wakefield are also underway, as you see, at the DW Stadium, and we'll be keeping a close watch on the way things are going there during the course of the match here as well. So it's Hull against Leeds, and here we go. And Hull, I think, with just a little point to prove.
Yeah, well, it's the worst thing really for Leeds Rhinos, them being defeated last week. Huddersfield well deserved the victory, but Leeds Rhinos, well, they played well for 70 minutes. They didn't quite close the games off. Those sorts of games, Eddie, they were winning those last season, but they've been criticised, and all they can do is go out there and perform. You look down the team sheet and they've still got some very talented players, but they need to perform.
You're right, Terry. Hull are a good team, and they're playing against a pretty decent one, even though they're at the bottom of the table. Leeds, amazingly, they've scored first in their last 8 games, even though they haven't clocked up many wins. Here's a first run from James Seguiaro. That looked like a forward pass. Sort of the crowd shirt, but still, the referee puts his hand in the air. That's the last play.
It is, and Seguiaro gets it to Rob Burrow, and with the left boot, he humps it high into the air. And Shaw back in the side, he pouches it safely. The young fullback, I say young, he's 24 years of age.
This is what I want to see the Rhinos. You said about that they've scored the fewest tries in Super League. I want to see what their attitude's like to defend. What's the discipline chase like? Getting off the line, the first 3 steps, hitting really hard. Exactly what Garbutt did then on that occasion. He's hit Fanua with everything, forced the mistake. That's a brilliant start.
Yes, not the start that Hull would have wanted, but a delightful start for the Rhinos. What a good tackle that was.
But for the Rhinos, they got to the kick, they kicked the ball long, they had a decent chase, and then they come up with a big shot like that. And one of the strongest carriers of the football when he's coming out of yardage, Mahir Fanua.
I don't think Leeds' biggest problem this season though has necessarily been the defence. I think their attack has been a bigger concern. When they get close to opponent's try line, they've come up with too many mistakes and haven't been able to score. So an early test here where they can get across again now, make it 9 in a row, first try scorer.
Yes, they have done so well in the early moments of a game, but I think I'm right in saying they've only won of those 8 starts where they've had the early try. They've only won 2 of those matches, so they'll want to put that right. This is a drive forward here by Garbutt, who forced the error. Seguiaro gets it away to Lilly, and Lilly then finds the runner, who is Brad Singleton, and Hull have to muscle up in defence 9 metres away from their own line. The Papua New Guinean hooker, Seguiaro, gets it again to Burrow. Burrow goes wide to Sutcliffe. They're in again for the first try. They are in again for the 9th match in a row for the first try. Can they kick on this evening and win from that great start? Well, we'll see. Liam Sutcliffe aiming to make the full-back position his own now that Zach Hardacre is away down under in the NRL. First try of the game to Leeds.
Well, the best possible start. They forced the mistake. Garbutt and Singleton getting into Fanua, loses possession. But have a little look at what Rob Burrow does when he gets the ball. When Rob Burrow goes at some of the bigger defenders, they're attracted to him. Mahir Fanua, he loses sight, he switches off, he takes his eyes off his centre that he's defending against, and all of a sudden there's space there for Sutcliffe to go in for the opening try.
Being the defender, one in from the winger, is probably the hardest position to try and defend in rugby league. He has a number 2 on his back for Hull, Mahir Fanua, because generally he's played most of his career on the wing, and those defensive decisions, really having to choose where to be and be in the right place at the right time, he hasn't quite perfected. He's lost the ball and he's allowed the first try in here. If this was the first game you'd seen of rugby league this season, you wouldn't think that Leeds were at the bottom of the table. They started aggressive in defence, and that was good quality in attack.
Yes, tremendous quality from this man, Liam Sutcliffe. His 5th in a row at fullback now. 3 goals against Widnes last week. 20 points in the only away win of the season so far at Wakefield. Of course, he was Kevin Sinfield's heir apparent, wasn't he, earlier on? Stand off for the opening 9. Can he kick this? And the jeers from the Hull crowd on the far side will tell you that no, he can't.
All coaches will talk about starting the games early, and Fanua, because he makes the mistake, maybe there's a touch of frustration as well. He got caught, he was ball watching. But Liam Sutcliffe, well, he goes in and he just gives his side the perfect possible start, and Brian McDermott will be really pleased.
5 wins this season in the Super League for Leeds, and Sutcliffe has scored tries in 3 of them. Is that an omen for Leeds? Early points. Ben Pro is watching Wigan against Wakefield.
That's right, Eddie. Wigan on that red-hot winning streak, of course, but Wakefield has struck first. Jowett in the corner, 4-0 to the Wildcats, kick to come. Wakefield, if they win here, they would confirm a Super 8 place, and they've hit the front.
And they would really dent Wigan's ambitions of being top of the table going into those Super 8s. And of course, Wakefield, what was it? 62-0, wasn't it? Earlier in the season at Bellevue. Seguiaro here, and they've kicked the goal, have Wakefield, so they lead by 6 points to 0.
As we see the kick roll over the sideline, we've seen a couple of runs from James Seguiaro. It's unsurprising he's got number 30 on his back. High on enthusiasm right now. He started the game, shot out there, and the kick goes out of play. Controlled restart is what Leeds seem to want, but it's the hooker really very often determines our team attack, because he can hold defenders in for the opposition and help to create the space for the men out wide. He's had 1 or 2 runs where he picks it up, holding and teasing defenders and then releasing 1 or 2 of his players. That'll be crucial to how Leeds play here tonight, his time on the field.
Yes, an impressive start from Leeds, an impressive start for James Seguiaro. St Helens lead Widnes by 4 points to 0. Good offload to Danny Houghton there in the tackle. And now it's Kirk Yeeman who is brought to ground by Jordan Lilly's tackle, midway inside his own half of the field. Liam Watts, well, they're very quick and very alert in defence tonight thus far, the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, they're getting numbers in, aren't they? On the likes of Liam Watts, maybe Scott Taylor here. They'll try and slow that play the ball down, take the game away from Jamie Shaw or Danny Houghton, who's behind dummy half now.
In the 40.
Kicks from dummy half into open space on the far side. Sutcliffe moves across and picks it up. And let's go down to Bill Arthur at pitch side.
Last time we were here was for the Challenge Cup tie with Hull against Catalan Dragons. The pitch looked more like something you'd find at Bridlington, just up the road. The sand, thankfully, is gone, and the pitch is beautifully green and lush. The only thing, Lee Radford was a bit alarmed when he got here this afternoon to find they were watering the pitch, which wasn't exactly what they had in mind after the experience at Huddersfield last week. Keep your eye on Liam Watts and Brad Singleton. Bit of first stuff going on already.
Yes, noticed that, Bill. You're right. There was a bit of a pointing and wagging of the finger by the 2 of them. Carl Ablett on the last tackle, gets to his feet, plays the ball to Seguiaro. He gives it then to Lilly, whose kick into the corner comes off the foot of Jamie Shaw.
You can't get bored of those sort of plays. Just tuck the ball under your wing, run as hard as you can, land on your front, play the ball. It's just relentless. That's your job. That's your job description. Go out there, complete it, kick it to the corner, and let's see what your chase is like. Who's your kick chase captain? Who's going to lead from the front?
That's 3 on this line. We made
3 tackles gone in this set for Hull FC. Shaw will run it further forward, and the crowd already on the back of the referee Chris Campbell, screaming for a penalty at every play of the ball, it seems.
Play on.
There's now Liam Watts, gets the ball away again nicely to Scott Taylor. Big hit then by Keith Galloway. Houghton finds Twimavavi, who hoists the kick high. Sutcliffe comes for it and pouches it, and then there's a penalty because he was obviously clouted in the air by Sika Manu and Mahe Fanua.
He had to be brave then, didn't he? He goes up and he's taken off by Mahe Fanua. You're right, Eddie, but this will give the youngster confidence under pressure. He lifts his knee to protect himself.
Cheers, Liam.
Isn't it a reward, Terry, for the work that Leeds Rhinos have been doing in defence on the big men for Hull FC and the big outside backs? You can see they've come here with a game plan today to not let Scott Taylor get going, to not let Liam Watts get going, and if Fanua and Talanoa come in, cut them down as quick as you can. Stop their ball supply to the outside backs.
Galloway will take the ball forward to the 30-metre mark. He plays it to Seguiaro. Here is Singleton, drops the pass off then to Burrow. He goes wide to Lilly, further wide to Moon. They'll be glad to see Joel Moon back in the side. Leeds just lately, he was one of the stars of the show earlier on in the season, even though things were going wrong. Here's Ablett again, missed tackle by Twimavavi, and Moon toying with the Hull defence, gets the ball back to Ryan Hall. He then finds Ablett. Here is Seguiaro running laterally and goes behind a man. Decent pass to Miche Church, dealt with by Mark Minicello. Burrow again. Garbett looking to offload. Can't do so. Gets to the last tackle across the city. Huddersfield are ahead against Hulkingston Rovers. Here, Leeds are ahead against the Black and Whites. The ball has bounced kindly. It's found its way to Ash Handley. Can they go the far side? Because Hull are all bunched up here. And he's wiped the tackle count down as the referee. So here they go with Ablett, and he finds Callum Watkins. Desperate defence on his own line there.
Some good plays from Leeds Rhinos.
An attempt to pinch one from dummy half that has failed because Ash Handley was held up over the line.
Well, it's like Leeds Rhinos of old. So many players pushing up, supporting the teammate, going across the park, offloading the ball. You got the deception on the left-hand side from Joel Moon. I think he's going to have a big influence in this game.
Absolutely. Get the ball to Joel Moon and get it early.
They've got the ball to Mitch Garbett early, and he is halted underneath the posts. 4 metres away, that's all. Plays it to Seguiaro. He's looking to pinch one. Is he on his debut? And they managed to get him away from the line, and he drops the ball backwards. It's picked up by Achurch. Singleton dummy half. Here is Lilly. Nice kick. Well picked up though. Yeeman, is it? No, Mark Sneed.
That was a good pick-up, and he's got the penalty as well.
Listen to the crowd. That's the first penalty for Hull, and they celebrate like they've scored a try.
Well, they've been under pressure for 10 minutes, haven't they? Leeds Rhinos have certainly turned up, looking to play, not just going to sit back and let Hull FC run over the top of them, but the urgency to play that ball earns themselves a penalty. But what a great pick-up.
I think a very impressive first 10 minutes from the team that are at the bottom of the league. They look like they almost should be at the top. That was really good play from Leeds. And Hull have had to do well here, haven't they? Just about controls the ball, does it? Maybe a knock-on, but in a live situation, the referee says play on. And Hull have survived that early scare.
What's their use, Stuart Cummings?
Well, he's just knocked it on, hasn't he? Just at the last minute, he just dropped to the floor, not picked up by the officials.
So a little escape for the Black and Whites as Twimavavi spreads it to Sika Manu.
Well, they've got big players on the edge, Hull FC. They've got big players up front. They look to dominate their opponents as they shift the ball here.
With Mark Minicello. Solid tackling from Callum Watkins. Houghton into centre field to Sneed. Sneed then just lays the pass off.
Not surprising, Hull are trying to pass it wide. Leeds have really compressed the defenders. They've spread out a little now.
With Sneed. He gets a short ball away to Manu. That's a good tackle low down by Seguiaro. Finished off by Joel Moon. Houghton goes to the right-hand side. Sneed off the left boot, in behind the defenders. Nicely picked up. Well, here is Ash Handley.
Well, Leeds Rhinos are just turning up for each other. They're getting the numbers back. They're all, as well, trotting behind the player. The ball going to offer themselves in this set of 6. So close to the line. This is where you've got to be brave.
Great ball. Wonderful pass to Ablett, that was. Here's a penalty for Leeds Rhinos.
Well, Callum Watkins spoke with him pre-game, and he said that he does feel the pressure, that he's one of those players who needs to lead from the front. They've done that along with Carl Ablett, some of the senior players who've been there in the good times, they're here now in the bad times. There's only the players in the Leeds Rhinos jerseys that can do anything to get the wheels back in motion and get them picking up the 2 points.
Have we ever seen a game that has started like this in the opening 12 minutes between the teams at the top and bottom of the table?
Well, you know, Lee Radford referenced it during the week, Eddie. He says, this is a dangerous side, Leeds Rhinos. They throw the ball around. Last year they were exceptional. They won the treble throwing the ball around. This year throwing the ball around, they are at the other end of the table. I appreciate that. But he recognised that with no pressure to make the top 8 on the team anymore, they'll be a dangerous proposition for his Hull FC side in defence. And Seguiaro coming into the competition not only makes them more dangerous.
It does, but that's a forward pass.
And it's in good field position as well. And he knows he's made a mistake.
He's been showing up early, though. What did he say in the interview with John Wells? Brian McDermott just said to take it easy, play your natural game. If this is his natural game, Leeds fans are in for a treat.
He's dynamic, he's exciting when he goes from dummy half. He's certainly got some defensive qualities as well. But I love watching him play because he plays with so much energy. And as this game goes on, some of the bigger forwards start becoming tired. Those gaps could open up.
Well, Hull aiming, of course, for their first title since the Halcyon days of the 1980s. 1983 was their last championship. They face this. 2 more games in the first phase, 7 Super 8 matches, a semi-final and a grand final if they are to achieve glory in 2016. And Liam Watts is one of the men who might just carry them there with the battle up front. He and Scott Taylor have been magnificent this year, and so too is this fellow Danny Houghton. Gets the ball away to Mark Sneed. Long raking pass, and Leeds surrounding the man who receives the ball on this occasion. It was Mark Minicello who plays the ball there to Houghton, and Sneed goes for territory into the corner. I think this just might be a little bit too strong, and it is. It runs touch and go.
There's not many games that we've watched when Hull FC have been on Sky Sports this year that we've seen the forwards have the heads rocked back. And Leeds Rhinos forwards have really turned up with the right attitude. They're getting the numbers in. They're certainly making good contact on some of the bigger players.
Terry, the challenge for them now, isn't it? To continue that, to sustain that, because 3 in the tackle at the moment for the first 13 minutes is okay. We start seeing 2 and 1 in the tackle, we might see a reversal of tempo in this game, and Hull FC start to take the ascendancy.
Another solid run forward by Mitch Achurch. This is Lilly off the outside of the boot in towards the corner. This might just stand up. No, it won't. It'll skip away now and run dead in goal. And it's a tap on the 20. Well, we say that Hull are after their first title. Leeds are after 3 big wins in the next 3 weeks. They are here tonight, then they have Wigan in their final home game, and last they're at Hull Kingston Rovers just across the city. And if they pick up a few wins, they just might not finish bottom of the table for the first time in their history. We're here next Thursday again for the big city derby. What a match that will be. Hull against Hull Kingston Rovers at this ground.
Well, Seguiaro not standing square at the play of the ball, and the challenge for them is turning up and playing for 80 minutes week after week. They're the team that everyone wants to play against. So we're talking with Brian McDermott. Brian McDermott saying no one's feeling sorry for us. Everyone's just playing going out there, they're playing, they're thinking of what we've done over previous years to them.
So here comes the black and whites now. But Leeds, they are tenacious in their defence.
Brian Canny made a great point. Leeds have put 4 defenders in lots of tackles. They're throwing so many of the punches. What will they have left though when the next 25 minutes? Because the tempo may just drop a little bit. Good defensive slid across, just about trying to trap Jamie Shaw again. The effort, the commitment, the energy now expended by Leeds, pretty high.
This is Sneed, comes into centre field. Watts gets the ball away. Was that high around the neck? No, the referee says play on as Dean Hadley went down. This is Houghton now. Houghton teasing this defence, then gives the ball to Fanua. He's trying to get away from Rob Burrow, and he does eventually, but look at the numbers who come over there as reinforcements, and they bundle him over the line.
Well, they
have conceded a penalty. No, they haven't. I thought he was giving a penalty for an elbow, but the elbow hit the floor of the whole man.
Well, the referee was almost about to call held, might even have called held, and the flag went up after that. So it'll be interesting to see the point he actually goes into touch. Obviously, if the tackle's called and he goes into touch, he's allowed to go into touch to stand up to play the ball. But I think he goes in fairly quickly as the tackle's in progress, so it's probably the right call.
They're always good signs. That's effort on effort. When you get the ball shifted across the pitch and you still have 4 defenders that chase over, and because they're completing the sets, Leeds Rhinos, and they get into the kick, they can come up with extra efforts like that in defence. Look at that 89% completion, which means that they're not doing as much defence as Hull FC.
2 away for 2.
Watkins trying to struggle to his feet. Here's Galloway in centre field, making good ground forward on every play the ball. Here they come again. Achurch gets them over the halfway line. Oh, wasn't it? It was Brett Delaney that who's just on the field. There's Achurch. Seguiaro to Burrow, left-footed high and into the corner from Rob Burrow. Here is a real tester. Well claimed again. Jamie Shaw, Steve Michaels, he is impressive under the high ball for a winger, he really is.
Yeah, he returns the ball well, doesn't he, Steve Michaels? Been a good signing for Hull FC.
Well, they're desperate, the Hull fans, for a penalty for offside at the play the ball. There's nothing coming yet.
Well, I don't think they've ever seen a team though here, a bottom of the table team after 20 rounds with virtually nothing to play for, try as hard as Leeds have today. You know, coaches say that the teams learn more when they lose than when they win. Well, Leeds have lost a lot this year, and I guess Brian McDermott and co have learned not only his team are still trying, but they probably have the best supporters in Super League. Last week the turnout to watch them play at home and lose was pretty impressive. I think it's over 16,000 saw them lose to Widnes.
Good. It's a 40-20 this. 40-20 from Mark Sneed. Great kick. You can hear what the crowd think of him here. Head and feed to the black and white.
And that's what happens when you're playing with confidence. Leeds Rhinos, the defence was top draw in that set of 6. They'd restricted the yardage, and then all of a sudden Mark Sneed takes control. He manages that last play and comes up with a 40-20, just turns the Rhinos around.
Well, we saw 2 40-20s from Chris Sandow last night, for Warrington. The first one, of course, Warrington dropped it on the first tackle, so Hull will be hoping lightning doesn't strike twice here.
That's as good Eddie, a 40-20 as you're likely to see. Left-footed kicker. He showed it as if he was going to kick to his left. And Ryan Hall switched off on Leeds' left-hand side, the other side of the field. That's exactly where Sneed kicked it. It's a brilliant kick. Great attacking position now. Lee Radford critical of his side in running decoy plays last week against Huddersfield. Felt they were too deep, not flat enough, not challenging enough for the defensive side. Let's see if they fix that up.
So here they come. And the reinforcements have arrived for Hull as well. That's Josh Bowden on for his 80th appearance for Hull. This now is Twimavavi, drops the pass off, trying to muscle his way through again, puts the ball away, but somewhat scruffily. Has lost about 15-20 metres there. But Sika Mano trying to get past Joel Moon. Danny Houghton's quick play the ball. Game being played at incredible pace. 4 tackles gone. Danny Houghton waits the dummy half. Back it comes. Sneed then gets the ball away. Twimavavi. Oh! The Leeds Rhinos defence just melted for the first time tonight. I think they took the dummy. Twimavavi tried to swing it to the left-hand side, thought better of it, held on. Leeds went, the gap opened up, and Twimavavi got over for his 5th try of the season. Scores a level kick to come midway through this first half.
Well, he's an attacking player, Twimavavi. When he gets his hands on the ball, you're not sure what he's going to do. But the kick here from Mark Sneed, look at that, so much time. He wasn't put under any pressure. He placed it exactly where he wanted. You can see the teammates applauding those efforts. Danny Houghton out from dummy half. Carlos Twimavavi pumps the ball. There's a switch off from the inside. And Brad Singleton, well, he just can't get there to prevent. You can see the push off. And that's a poor mistake from Church.
Good work off the ball, was it, from Twimavavi? It came from the other side of the field at the very last minute. And I guess no matter how hard a team try, there's no substitute for class. The kick was of the highest quality, as Brian's pointed out. And then you've got one of the most dangerous individual runners of the ball in Carlos Twimavavi, given half a chance, scores the first 4 points.
Well, that will please Lee Radford. The Leeds Rhinos led for 16 minutes for the 9th game in a row, and they have been pegged back. Twimavavi's try, and Mark Sneed, you would think he would kick this. He is Super League's top kicker, 81 goals, 4 drop goals, and remember that wonderful 40-20 that Terry talked about to produce the opportunity for Twimavavi in the end to go over. Listen to the crowd if this goes over the top of the bar. He's an iconic kicker, and this is going to be an iconic cheer. I love it, I really do. Mark Sneed with the goal. It's 6-4 to the black and white.
I think it was Josh Bowden who plays the ball previously, and he drops to his knees. It's a set-up play from Hull FC, knowing that they're in good attacking field position. Carlos Twimavavi will play centre, play stand-up. He's one of those players that you give him the ball, something's going to happen. He can create space, create opportunities for men around him, because some of those bigger fellas are terrified when he gets the ball.
Well, it's a rip-roaring game for top v bottom. It really is. Enjoyed the opening 22 minutes. And Huddersfield ahead. The team immediately, well, they're a little bit ahead now, aren't they, of Leeds at the foot of the table, but they have been only just ahead of them all the way through the season, and Widnes lead at St Helens by 6 points to 4. Widnes trying to capitalise on their victory last week against this Leeds team. That's another great kick from Mark Sneed. Wonderful kick.
Do you know that hurts you? Keep turning the ball around, happy to kick on the third play. Look at that defensive line.
Just looking behind the play here, Jamie Shaw looks like he might be struggling with something or other. He is 20, 30 metres behind this play. I know that fullbacks do drop back, but he's not moving terribly well at the moment as Callum Watkins takes the ball forward for the Rhinos. Seguiaro.
And Leeds Rhinos, they're certainly not worried about the battle up front with Hull FC. They've got the bigger pack. They've been dominant all year, but maybe if you run at them, you take their energy away. So when they've got the ball, they're not quite as effective. Oh, good read from Steve Michaels, but Ryan Hall, he bounces off that tackle.
Oh, he's lost that. He's lost that as Ryan Hall, the referee, has had the call from the touch judge.
Well, numbers in, but the first initial shot was off Steve Michaels. He tries to get back in field. Kamahe Fanua just gets under that ball, forces Ryan Hall onto his back, and he loses possession.
It hasn't gone their way, Terry, but the setup to that was brilliant. Give the ball early to Joel Moon. Let him have a run at his opposition numbers. And on the other side, the same is true of a man who's not having a great season. I tipped him at the start of the season for Man of Steel, Callum Watkins. Hasn't gone his way, hasn't gone Leeds' way. Still a massive threat. He's got to have Mark Sneyd in front of him. Give him early ball and allow him to run at Sneyd and make decisions. But don't give him the ball when there's traffic all around him.
Well, we have more action from Wigan. Ben?
Yes, Eddie, it's the 12 men of Wigan who have struck back here because Don Manfredi found himself in the sin. It was an elbow in the face on Scott Moore, and Wigan, despite their numerical disadvantage, great break from Williams and the try there from Gildart, and just been improved, so 6 points apiece here.
6-all then at Wigan Wakefield. Is that, by the way, dress rehearsal for the Challenge Cup final? I think that Hull and Warrington might have a word or two to say about all of that in the semi-finals in a couple of weeks' time. Kirk Yeeman can't get away from Watkins' tackle. That's the last one. Just 10 metres inside the Leeds half. It's with Sneyd again. Here comes the kick. Under pressure from Lilly. Sutcliffe pouches it. Interesting that he's finding life good at full-back. And, well, there is a problem from Mark Sneyd. I think he got a bit of a clatter after the kick had gone.
Well, Jordan Lilly, and that's what you've got to do. Any good kicker, and he is the key indicator on the last play. Mark Sneyd, you've got to get up and put pressure on him. Don't just sit back. There it goes.
To me, hold it, hold it, hold.
Knee in the hip, I think, of Jordan Lilly as he chased it down. Ryan Hall dealing with that threat so far. The black and whites.
Hold it, hold it.
Seguiaro waits. Just inside his own half. Here comes Keith Garbutt.
Pretty conservative approach from the Leeds side. They just want to get forward now. The quality of the kick at the end of the sets has probably been one of the most disappointing aspects of the play this season. And I guess if you want to be the best team and win it, kicks rolling over the dead ball line on numerous occasions that we've seen them today isn't good enough.
Bang on cue, Phil.
Yeah.
Bang on cue, you called it.
And that kick should have gone out into the touch.
Or stayed in play.
But
not all of them did. Last year when Kevin Simple was putting his best kicks in, but more than they have this season.
But the way to that kick, he was going for touch, wasn't he?
Looked like it.
Carl, make sure you get back, Carl.
Good change of direction from Hull FC, even though they are one of the bigger sides. Those big men can change direction. Sneyd again on the third play.
Yes, into the corner. That's a great kick. Talanoa was chasing it. Sutcliffe looks up and sees Watts ahead of him, and there were 3 defenders in there pretty quickly. Kirk Yeeman coming in with the tackle. Yeeman again involved there with Hadley. Injury news coming in from Bill.
Yeah, it's a blow for the black and whites. I'm not sure whether it's a long-term blow, but Carlos Tuimavave has just left the field as play was up the other end of the field. Went straight down the tunnel with the physio to the dressing room. Seemed to be limping, went into the game with strapping on his left knee. Now that will be a big concern because he's already had an influence on this game, of course, with the black and whites try. But at the moment, he's in the dressing room having treatment.
5 and left, Danny, get off him! 5 and left.
You probably saw while Bill was talking there, Huddersfield have increased the lead at Hull Kingston Rovers. And, I tell you what, Talanoa did well then to stay inside the field of play. Hull Kingston Rovers, if it stays like that across the city, they'll be in the middle eights.
Well, players
like a penalty for the black and whites meanwhile.
Yeah, players like this could hurt the Rhinos.
Terry, is it another example of the last tackle play not being good enough? It wasn't the best kick from James Seguiero. Had it gone out of play, it was still 20 plus metres from the try line, and then they've conceded a penalty, so that they're not able to build any field position by allowing their opponents out.
I think Seguiero had a good look at Lilly after Lilly's first kick was a poor one, and had a word with him. I think after Lily's second one wasn't great, Seguiero said to himself, well, I'll show you how it's done. Well, his hasn't been brilliant either, so Leeds need Lilly to step back up there, not lose any confidence in his ability to kick the ball, but an obvious statement coming next. You've got to kick a lot better, because you're inviting Hull FC up to the other end of the field and will cause you huge problems.
Jordan Thompson now. He's used all his subs, apart from Jack Downs, has Lee Radford in the opening 28 minutes of this match. Short ball, Leeds waiting though. The trap is sprung on Sikamanu. Sneed, outside of the boot, good kick, great kick. Lilly deals with it. Goal line dropout.
Well, they all play off the same page, don't they? Mark Sneed drops the ball onto his boot. As soon as he does that, look at the chase from the inside. Danny Houghton, that's not a fluke, that they call for that play. As soon as he gets in the vicinity of Jordan Lilly's not going to take any chances. He's going to get rid of that ball, but it's another set of 6 here, and that man's just controlling the black and white so far.
Well, they've won the last 5 against Hull, have the Leeds Rhinos. They didn't much like the Boulevard, Leeds, but they won each of their first 5 visits to this ground. 11 from 16 in all, plus 3 Challenge Cup ties as well. So it's not been so bad, this place for them. But at the moment they are trailing to the team sitting top of the table. Houghton. Sneed gets the ball away. This is Washbrook. Hasn't he been good on his return to this club this year?
Yeah, he's been excellent. Danny Washbrook.
Shaw falls over the prone Callum Watkins. They say play on. Interesting fact about Shaw as well, by the way, he hasn't played in a losing side for 4 months. I hope that record continues tonight. Lovely play from the full-back. Desperate tackle from Ablett. It was needed too. Houghton fires the pass. Jab to the in-goal area. Another goal line dropout coming up. Ryan Hall tidies up.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
What a brilliant end to the set. Jordan Lilly needs to have a look at his opposite number and see what's happening here. There's a magical touch.
Do you know, pressure's only something that you put on yourself, isn't it? Look at that. He's under no pressure. Look at his face. Just so composed when he makes that play. The footwork from Jamie Shaw to set up that field position for the kick.
You give Leeds some credit. They've defended the line pretty well.
It's getting a little quick for them now, though, Phil. There's 2 going into the tackle. Not voluntarily, but Hull are playing it quick. Leeds not able to get the numbers in there now. And I think this Leeds Rhinos defence is beginning to creak a little. This will certainly be a test of them.
Can I just take it back to Mark Sneed, England's number 7 this year?
Do you know what, Eddie? I would say a few years ago, people nowadays, the Man of Steel award is given voted by the players to the best player in the competition. But prior to that, it was voted on the player who had the biggest impact on the season. And arguably,
I think that's still the criteria.
Arguably, Mark Sneed could well be that man.
Could be a number of players from Hull FC, really, couldn't it? Well, some of them have been standouts this season, not only for Hull FC, but in the league.
I think the criteria for Man of Steel remains the same. The only difference is the players vote.
Come on, let's look at all the way back.
And then it goes to a player who has had the best game against them in 2 matches during the season. And, you know, that could be Mark Sneed. It could be Mark Sneed.
Who's had the biggest impact? Who's been successful for the side? The way they lead the side around?
Who do they like? Who do they don't like? I've seen your voting slips in the past.
Getting quick here.
Oh, an offload to nobody. But retained by Washbrook, I think it is.
Well, they've come up with a couple of blind offloads, haven't they, Hull FC?
Houghton. Thompson.
That's 4.
4th tackle.
4.
It was made by Adam Cuthbertson. Taylor gets it away to Sneed again. Drop of the shoulder. Good hit. Oh, the ball wasn't touching the ground, so play on. Sikamanu. They know the danger he poses when he has the ball in hand.
Hold it, let's work, fellas. 5.
Fanua. And Sneed again. Stabs it towards the in-goal area. Swept up though by Ryan Hall, but good chase. Led by Steve Michaels.
Well, if Sneed's kick to win a goal line dropout was brilliant, that defensive set from Leeds Rhinos was equally brilliant. Back-to-back defensive sets to defend, and they've come up with the answers. There's a lesson though, don't play too much of the game down here.
Oh, he's lost the ball as Jordan Lilly in the tackle.
And I was going to say it's how they come up with this next set of 6 though. But Jordan Lilly driving the ball away 10 metres from his line. He's not the biggest, Eddie. You don't want him doing that.
No, but they had him doing it and he's lost the ball, and here come Hull, and they've got men on the overlap wide. That ball fed out to Yeaman or Talanoa, might have been a try, still might be. It is! Kirk Yeaman with the try for the Black and Whites. A cup winner against Leeds way back in 2005, Kirk Yeaman. He missed last week, his first absence in 16 games. Very much back in the fold this year. And this is a good try, but a big price to pay for the young halfback.
As taking the ball back into the heart of the defence. But that's eyes up rugby. Callum Watkins was involved in the tackle. He's backpedaling, he can't get back. Kirk Yeaman spots it, he's not there. Ash Hanley goes for the dummy. And that's intelligent play from the veteran centre, Kirk Yeaman.
I guess that some of the credit's got to go to Mark Sneyd for that try, because of the ability to kick the ball so accurately and make Leeds defend the line for so long. Okay, then they had the ball back for 2 players, but that repeated defence on their own line, it was a sheer weight of possession that led to the points.
Yes, he's been around a long time as Kirk Yeaman. Nobody other than Richard Horne has played more Super League matches for the Black and Whites than Kirk Yeaman. 3 times a Great Britain international, 8 times an England international. And that's a very good try from him. Well worked.
And that's what happens when you make mistakes close to your line, isn't it? When you're up against the side that have that man who's totally in control. He's got so much time. And as I said earlier, he's composed. Does all the little things right. He's not rushing this kick. Jimmy Kynho's going to come onto the pitch for the Rhinos here.
He'd be delighted about that. He was polishing the bench all last week.
Well, this is Sneyd's weakest side for kicking. Obviously, he's about 50% from this touchline. He's much better on the right side. But here, see whether they can nail this one. It'd be important. 10-4, 6-point lead. This would make an 8-point gap. Of course, Leeds need to score twice.
Well, he is the top kicker in Super League, Mark Sneyd. Oh, he's done it again. They love him here. He went to Castleford, he was brilliant, and they picked him up here from Salford, paid big money for him. But how about that from Yeaman? That was cool hand Luke, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not all about the big players and spinning the ball from one side of the pitch to the other. You've got to react to what the defensive line's doing. And if you know that the man who's playing the ball has won you a play, you react on the back of that.
Right, let's get across, shall we?
Keep it low.
To Wigan, see what's going on there. Wigan Wakefield, Ben Pro.
38 minutes gone on my watch, Eddie, and Wigan have hit the front. It was George Williams who created the space on his inside. Sam Powell goes over. Josh Charnley in the sin bin for a professional foul on Craig Hall to deny a clear try scoring opportunity. But Wigan have hit the front. 10 points to 6.
3, Callum, move for 3.
10-6 to Wigan.
Hold it with me.
The top 2 are leading tonight.
4, Callum, move for 4. Hold.
Some of these rucks are too quick for Leeds. That was a good shot from Jordan Lilly. Here again, numbers in.
Yes, Brad,
coming down to a crucial part of the half.
Come on, let's
with just over 5 minutes to go.
It is last tackle, so Sneyd pumps the ball downfield again, and look at the control he has on those long kicks. Look where Ryan Hall has to pick that ball up right on his own goal line, and we all saw what happened to poor old Jordan Lilly not too long ago. Some injury news, Bill.
It's not so much injury news, Eddie, but James Seguiaro has just left the field for the Rhinos, given a breather by coach Brian McDermott. He got plenty of congratulations when he got to the sidelines for a job well done so far in this game, replaced by Jimmy Kynhorst, who, as mentioned previously, was a spectator last week against the Widnes Vikings. Well, he's got into the action with plenty of time to go in this one.
Yes, he has. James Seguiaro, his last match for Penrith was on the 22nd of May. So he's probably feeling the pinch after this first 30 minutes or so, because he was involved in a lot.
Keep it low.
Yeah. As I said, it'll be exciting. He'll light up Super League, but you take off one explosive play, you put another one in at dummy half. Rob Burrow, look at this, out from dummy half with a short ball to Singleton.
Great scream of forward for the pass from the Hull faithful on the terraces. Referee Campbell not interested. This is Burrow again. Fires the ball to Lilly. Here is Ablett. Oh, Sutcliffe was clattered by Michael. Still got the ball backwards to Ryan Hall. Always a threat when Hall has the ball in hand. And certainly if they don't put him to ground, which eventually they do.
He's as strong as most forwards, Ryan Hall.
And here's another forward driving the ball in. It's Adam Cuthbertson, gets it away to Jamie Jones Buchanan. The ball is pinched by Fahe Manua.
What goes through your mind when you're defending your line? Jamie Jones Buchanan looking to score a try. Fanua just strips that.
Yeah, Mahe Fanua known to his friends.
It's out for 2. Leeds release him.
There he is.
Hold it.
Mahe Fanua, the Tongan international, a big steal of the ball and a vital part of the game. And there is a great ball to Danny Houghton, who is collared and brought to ground.
You just think you got Talanoa, and then all of a sudden there's somebody pushing up really hard and aggressive on his shoulder, and that's Danny Houghton.
There's Houghton again, gets it to Washbrook. Amazingly quick the way Hull spring from defence to attack.
That's what happens when you're on top of the league. Well, here's Danny Houghton taking control. It doesn't go to Mark Sneed. He just gets out from dummy half, drops it onto his toe, but Mark Sneed, he's the man to pressure. He's got far too much time, but if they pressure Mark Sneed, maybe Danny Houghton will be the man who takes control.
Well, he's been a remarkable servant to this club, Danny Houghton. As you see, his 66th consecutive appearance.
Were there rumours at the end of last season that Leeds were contemplating putting a transfer bid in to try and buy him, take him from Hull here over to Leeds? They'd lost Paul Ayton. They wanted a new 9. That was the word on the street. It didn't materialise, and I bet the Hull fans are delighted. It's been so integral to their success in 2016.
I'm sure they are delighted, and of course last year his only try of 2015 was against Leeds in June. Danny Houghton. And he's, I suppose in many ways, Houghton is unfortunate that the likes of James Roby's been around for so long, because surely he would be an England international by now, rather than that he's an England Knights international.
Well, he's knocking on the door this year, isn't he?
Must be.
66 games on the bounce, and you just watch the way he plays. He's so durable, he throws his body in. Week after week, he leads from the front with most tackles made. He's a quality player, not just defensively, but also when he's got the ball.
Well, at the moment, Leeds have got the ball with Ablett. Washbrook got to him, and in the end, the ball comes free and a knock-on. Ablett says it was stolen, and I've got it anyway. But referee Chris Campbell will have none of it. Maybe there were fingers in there too.
Yeah, there were hands in. Everyone's trying to bring the big man down. Then Carl Ablett.
No one got took out, mate. If someone got took out, yeah.
Well, we have a little bit of drama and news of it from Wigan. Ben Pro.
Yeah, sensational developments at the DW Stadium. The Wigan skipper Sean O'Loughlin has been sent off for that challenge on Chris Anakin. Wigan already had 2 separate sin bins in this match. Now they've lost their skipper to a red card. They'll have 12 men for the rest of this game.
Hold it.
Well, that might just put Sean O'Loughlin's place in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup in jeopardy.
Move!
There he goes, Houghton.
Half a minute to go. Saints are ahead against Widnes. This is Washbrook, and Thompson will take it forward for the Black and Whites. Jordan Thompson, 12th time this year off the bench. Houghton, Bowden trying to break through the tackle.
Good footwork at the line from Bowden then.
Kindhorst held on to him. Drop goal from Sneed. He's kicked it. You can tell everything he does well because the crowd will let you know. And that could be absolutely vital at the end of the night. And it was right on the stroke of half-time, as you hear, because there's the half-time siren. Mark Sneed marks his 50th Hull appearance with a couple of goals from the tries from Twimivavi and Yeeman, and then that drop goal right on the stroke of half-time. Leeds led for the drop goal from Mark Sneed gives us this position as the teams have emerged now for the start of the second half, and the sun is setting, but it's a balmy evening here in East Yorkshire, Huller ahead here. Hull Kingston Rovers just across the city are trailing. Hull Kingston Rovers could therefore be consigned to the middle eights with Leeds and Salford come the end of the first phase. We shall see. Here we go as Liam Sutcliffe gets the second half back in motion.
Keep it low.
Well, Leeds aren't out of this. They've got a couple of tries in them, I'm sure. You look at the back line, there's plays that can cause problems. That man who's number 10, Adam Cuthbertson, he made more offloads last season than any other player in Super League. Most of those offloads went to Ham.
Do you know
support from his teammates.
You know how many he made last year?
Yeah, a lot.
125.
Yeah, incredible. More than double, I think, from the next man.
Yes, he was.
Who was near him in Super League.
And he was a contender for Man of Steel last year, Cuthbertson.
From a team point of view, I suppose they made about 20% less this year, but that's understandable. They've had less ball, they've done more defending. In fact, they've stood behind their own goal line, haven't they, watching conversions up so often. But they've got a chance in this match, Eddie. 13 points to 4, they've got a chance. But to do it, they need more possession than their opponents in the second half, which is something they didn't have in the first. And they need a lot of it close to opponent's try line.
Another measured kick from Mark Sneed, but straight into the arms of Ryan Hall, who will run this ball back for the Leeds Rhinos, where we know that Sean O'Loughlin is sent off at Wigan, and Ben, something else.
That's right, Eddie. 5 gone second half, and it's taken just 2 minutes of this second period for Wakefield to make that numerical advantage count. Reece Lynn in the corner, Wakefield back in front, 12 points to 10, courtesy of Finn's conversion.
Well, this could be a massive night for the Black and Whites, because they are level on points with Wigan. Wigan now behind, Huller ahead, and Huddersfield ahead. But Hull KR fighting back in that one. This is Delaney.
5 and last. Yes, Jamie. Yes,
Burrow in at dummy half. Last tackle coming up here for Leeds. It's with Jamie Jones Buchanan. He gives it to Lilly, who he was clattered a bit late, but that ball sails out on the fall. Let's get the half-time news. Jordan Lilly's okay after that tackle as he kicked the ball. Let's get the half-time news. Bill?
Lee Radford pretty happy with that first 40 minutes. Well, first half hour possibly. One or two aspects that he wasn't so satisfied with, and Hull will be looking to remedy in this second half. And one is just the using their nous. And they were just made to look a little bit second best in the opening 10-15 minutes by the Leeds Rhinos. So he wants less of that in the second half and more of what the Hull FC fans have come to be accustomed to from their side so far this season. Brian McDermott down on the sidelines, satisfied with the first half effort from his side. Certainly the commitment they showed, especially in defence. But he says they're going to have to show a little bit more in the second half. It's not just going to be 5 drives and a kick if they're going to win this game. They're going to have to come up with something a bit more special, and something like that will do their cause a lot of good.
Jimmy Kynehoe sticking to the task really well with Jordan Lilly, getting a pat on the back from Brett Delaney.
Well, that's only the third mistake that Hull FC have made in this game. Like Phil says, that Leeds Rhinos need the first share of the ball. They need to chance their arm and ask some questions at Hull FC if they've got any chance. Need some decent field position as well.
One away! Here we are, Jamie.
They're over halfway on the first tackle this set with Jamie Jones Buchanan. Carl Ablett will take the ball forward as well. It's about 8-9 metres. This is Burrow. Burrow attacking the line, but Houghton was determined he wasn't going to get too much further forward. Singleton gets it away to Cuthbertson. Can he offload? No.
We move for 4, Danny. We're away. 4.
Burrow waits. 4 tackles gone.
Keep it low.
Joel Moon, flat pass. Lilly was standing still, but still managed to get the ball away before the tackle was completed. Moon is onto it again. It's bounced off a couple. Here is Callum Watkins. Gets the ball away. Chances here. I think it's Kinehorst. Incredibly, Jimmy Kinehorst is Leeds' top try scorer. 7 in all competitions this year. Just stopped short of the line. Back from Burrow to Lilly. Oh, knock on. Oh, it's a knock on, surely. That's surely a knock on. He's not going to give this. No, he isn't. He's going to hand this upstairs. Well, I think it's a decision for Robert Hicks, and he has a try on the field. Now, this could be very interesting. Robert Hicks in the Challenge Cup tie recently missed a certain no try when it was handed up as a try on the field. What do you say, Stu?
Well, I think this is a fairly clear-cut one. He goes to kick the ball, but he drops the ball on that occasion. Chris Campbell's been unsighted. He let play go on. He was actually going to award the try, but Test judge on the far side, Mark Craven, asked him to check for a knock on. He doesn't get his foot on the ball. Just clearly, to count as a drop kick, it would have to be hit simultaneously as it hits the ground, and I don't think it is on that occasion.
He's rushed into the kick from Liam Watts, the prop forward, the number 10 from Hull FC. So that's good effort from him defending his try line, knowing that Jordan Lilly was trying to just dink the ball in behind the defensive line.
The only thing that will move this forward is if he manages to get his foot on the ball simultaneously it hits the ground. That's the only way it can be classed as a kick, and that's what the referee obviously must have thought he'd done. But we're also going to take into account the referee's given this try on the field. So does that class as simultaneously kicking the ball as it hits the ground? Because that would be a drop kick.
Well, I wouldn't like to comment.
No, the ball bounces up, doesn't it, Stuart?
I thought the ball's on the way up.
Yeah, the ball bounces up, so it's not simultaneous.
Well, we all seem convinced. The crowd seem convinced. Robert Hicks is not convinced.
And the referee has given the try on the field as well.
And they're looking at offside here.
Well, that's the other thing now. Jamie Jones Buchanan is actually in front of where it was kicked.
But surely, Stuart, that is not Robert Hicks's get out of jail card on this, is it? Surely not.
Well, that would actually be classed as a knock on there. But Jamie Jones Buchanan, this is a very technical decision, I'll tell you now, because if Jamie Jones Buchanan goes behind where the ball was kicked, he is actually going to be onside, and that's what he's got to try and prove.
Well, they're not looking at the grounding, so I think the right decision is achieved, but I think it's a penalty for offside. Now, does that indicate then that had Jamie Jones Buchanan not become involved, that would have been a try?
Well, he would have classed that as a drop kick.
He classed that as a drop kick?
That would be a drop kick. The law of the drop kick is that the ball is kicked at the same time it hits the ground.
But no, in that case, the ball came into contact with the foot at the same, because it was off his heel, if it was anything.
Well, here we are. Well, yeah, it hits his heel. It does hit his heel. You're right there, Eddie.
Well, the video referee has its critics, but I think if Ronnie the Rhino was telling the truth, he'd admit that that wasn't a try. And that's the reason why I think at times the video referee is necessary.
And that's the difference between both sides, isn't it? A short kicking game close to the line, you can't quite thread that needle, whereas Hull FC can.
Well, let me tell you, if that try had been given, I don't think we'd have got off this gantry alive. Anyway, it wasn't, so we're all right.
Well, I did say there was a lot of technical things within that. There were a lot of technical things in there.
There's a lot of technicalities, you're right, Stu. We're safe.
Stay on. 4, Leeds, release him. 4, we mean, come on.
Hull KR are fighting back against Huddersfield. Remember, it's survival into the Super 8s for either of those two. Loser is consigned to the middle 8s with Leeds and Salford. Last tackle here. Sneed hoists it high. Michaels is after it. Hall is underneath it. Hall is the man who claims it. Let's get down to Bill Arthur quickly.
The mystery is solved. Carlos Tuimavave, who went down the tunnel about 15 minutes before half-time, has just reappeared, but he's reappeared in a full tracksuit and is not going to be playing any further part in this game for Hull FC. Apparently it's a hamstring injury and they are not willing to risk him doing any further damage with such a big game coming up in the Challenge Cup shortly. They're going to keep him out of the fray for the rest of this one.
Can only be any of benefit to the Leeds Rhinos, and a penalty now, and Seguiaro back on the field.
There's two quick penalties too for Leeds here.
That's it, Washbrook going high and Jamie Jones Buchanan, but there's a massive opportunity for the Leeds Rhinos here to get back into this game and maybe come away with 2 points.
Yeah, this is a huge lift for them, isn't it? 20 metres from the line. Everyone putting their hands up now, but it's just that creative flair that Leeds are missing. And Seguiaro, will he bring something now?
When you like to see them, Terry, at the very least, get to the end of the set and put a pressure kick on, at the least.
Well, they're looking for maybe something more than that, because there is Rob Burrow. He disappears under that challenge. Seguiaro to Lilly. Here comes Brett Delaney. He's got the bumpers up. Josh Bowden stood his ground.
On your line, Jamie. Line.
Seguiaro is 5 metres away. Gives the ball away to Singleton, who tries to
Jamie, get on the line.
put the reverse gear into order and back his way over the line. Jordan Thompson saw to it that he went down a metre short. Seguiaro again, back he comes to Lilly. Lilly then finds Burrow. Burrow fires the pass to Sutcliffe. Good hands from Leeds. Here is Ash Handley. Ash Handley, the Leeds supporters want a penalty for a high shot. It's not coming because the referee has said last tackle coming up. Watkins, back he comes to Burrow. Long raking kick looking for Hall, finding Hall. He gets the ball away to Joel Moon, and Leeds have scored. That's a tremendous try from Leeds. That's Leeds circa 2015.
All on his own, Eddie. Ryan Hall all on his own. They kicked to him, he had to catch it, he had to get his arms free, and Joel Moon had to have the awareness to loop around Ryan Hall. That was a brilliant try. When Burrow's kick went up, all I could see was Ryan Hall standing all on his own, Leeds left-hand side. But Joel Moon, watch his effort to get around, and Hall, aware of that, offloads a beautiful ball for Leeds Ryan to score in the corner.
He's the go-to man, isn't he, Ryan Hall? We've seen it so many times over the years when they've won trophies. Who's the man you got? Steve Michaels does everything. He competes. But look at that, the weight of that pass, waiting for his teammate. He doesn't just catch the ball and go to ground or try and back over the try line. He holds the ball up, he stands firm, gives the ball to him, and when Joel Moon and Callum Watkins on either side get the ball, things are going to happen.
But he did well to get that ball from Rob Burrow's kick, and then did even better to release it to Joel Moon.
Just look how far here now, though, man. It's an amazing kick for the try. It's been an amazing kick. The distance that Liam Sutcliffe has brought this back very tremendously. When Mark Sneed kicks it, he kicks it from generally within inside the 20-metre zone. Obviously that makes it a tighter angle, but the distance of the kick doesn't have to go as far. This is a long-range effort here now for Liam Sutcliffe.
It's a long-range effort, but it's a big kick, because if he kicks it, they're within 3.
Well, his leg almost came off with the first one. It's got to be better than that.
He's taking his time, as you would expect. Oof, it's not too far off, but it is waved away. 13-8. Hull ahead by 5.
Well, he gives it a go, Liam Sutcliffe, but look at this. One of the most experienced players, Rob Burrow. Straight on the money. Ryan Hall, one of the most experienced Leeds Rhinos player. And that's brilliant. That's how you compete for the ball in the air. Quality play.
Yes, Ryan Hall and Joel Moon haven't been seen much of this season, but they're back in tandem again.
It's a great partnership, isn't it?
It's a terrific partnership, and it will doubtless serve the Rhinos well in those middle eights.
Well, Joel Moon, if he gets a if he can get a one-on-one with Ryan Hall and his opposite winger, 9 times out of 10 Ryan Hall can beat him. He's that big and powerful.
You know the discussion the Leeds Rhinos would have been having together as Liam Sutcliffe was lining up that conversion. It's our next set here. Get to the kick, no errors, play the ball quickly. Let's keep the pressure on Hull FC. This doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. That was Seguiaro, the new man. And Hull have got the ball back 8 metres away from the Leeds line. Here is Liam Watts. Liam Watts, the legs are pumping.
You've got to be clinical when you're passing that ball so close to your line.
That's put the pressure on, hasn't it? It really has. Bowden, good tackling by Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Houghton. This is Washbrook, Sika Manu. It's time for Leeds to defend their line for their lives. They're doing that now. Thompson can't get the ball away. Great set of 6 thus far for Leeds. What have Hull got here in the locker? Sneed. Oh, he changes direction brilliantly. Gets it away to Houghton. Houghton then kicks to the corner, and it misses everybody. I don't think Ryan Hall got a fingertip to it.
No, they looked urgent, didn't they, Leeds Rhinos? He didn't touch the ball. Danny Houghton, well, he's forced to kick the ball. Goes over Ryan Hall's head. But the pressure from around the ruck, around the play of the ball, from the bigger forwards, the likes of Jamie Jones-Buchanan, Brad Singleton, getting off the line. Not just waiting for the kick to come in.
I bet James Seguiaro's relieved. He is at the back of the scrum. Well, that could have been a disastrous moment for him.
Yes, he picks up from the back of the scrum, gets a better pass away this time to Ryan Hall. More action at Wigan. Ben Pro.
Yeah, Wakefield have extended their lead. It came for a knock-on from Gildart, and Wakefield, in the shape of Ben Jones-Bishop, go in the corner. He just manages a great finish as well. Ben Jones-Bishop now tries his last 4 matches. Wakefield leads 16-10 with a kick to come.
And Wakefield at the moment on course against 12-man Wigan for their first home and away double against the Wigan Warriors for 11 years.
Well, Leeds have got a tough. Sorry, Eddie, Leeds have got a tough couple of sets here. They've got to ride out the players.
Touched by a Hull player.
There we go.
Yes, he wipes the tackle count down, does Chris Campbell.
Seguiano saying, just let's calm down now, we're in the opponent's half.
Here comes Galloway.
2 away and on the line.
10 apiece at Saints. Saints witness. 5 points into here. Hull leads. Singleton taking it forward for the Rhinos. 21 metres away. Plays it to Seguiaro. Here is Burrow. Good hands again, Ryan Hall. Red lights flashing every time Hall gets it for Hull, but look what they do. They hound him to the ground.
Took one for the cause as well, then Liam Sutcliffe.
Ablett. Short ball, Galloway out the back door to Jordan Lilly. He gets away from Sneed, finds Watkins. Watkins can't get away from Jordan Thompson or Kirk Yeeman. Ablett. Burrow again. Another long raking kick. Yes. Looking for Ryan Hall again. Almost found him. The ball comes free. Singleton's after it. Singleton has scored, I think.
Wow.
Singleton has scored here if this is given by the video referee.
Fellas, we've got no try, Rob.
Oh.
Just double check.
Well, if it works the first time, let's try it again. Ryan Hall didn't come down with the ball.
But no try on the field, Stuart.
Yes, the call from the side was no try, as well as Chris Campbell's. First of all, they're all onside from the kick. I don't think there's a problem there. I don't think there's a problem with a challenge in the air either. As the ball comes down, I think it's a fair challenge from both players. Ball's come backwards off Michael, so we still play on. And what happens with this grounding?
Definitely Steve Michaels with the hand.
So it's definitely going backwards. We still play on from here. Who's going to get to the grounding first? Well, Singleton's got hold of it. Oh, and he loses the ball.
Just shows you what a difference 70 metres makes. We're 17 metres away from that. Chris Campbell and his on-field officials are a lot closer than us.
Great decision from the referee and his assistants. That's fantastic, isn't it? At live speed, they've called that right.
And Rob Burrow got benefit from his previous kick to the corner. Ryan Hall setting up a try for Joel Moon. Steve Michaels came undone in that play. Well, because of that, he didn't even try and catch that ball. He tried to bat it out of play when he was maybe straddling the try line. It shows Terry a player that's spooked because of his previous actions.
Yeah, it does, Brian. But on the plus for Leeds Rhinos, they're in the vicinity, they're getting over the try line, and at least decisions are going upstairs. So it shows that they're getting closer and closer in this game.
Hull have a very proud record at the KCOM Stadium. This is at the end of a 7-match winning run on this ground. That's another great kick.
What about the chase here?
Michaels picks it up. Well, that's good work from Ryan Hall. That's great work though from Danny Houghton.
There's some big efforts now from Leeds Rhinos as well. Hull FC are hunting. They know that they've been under pressure, and Leeds are back in this game now.
Anyone can get them out of trouble with darting little runs from dummy half. It's Rob Burrow. Galloway now, brute force and strength to the 40-metre line. Jamie Jones-Buchanan, Carl Ablett. Leeds are over halfway as they reach the 5th tackle.
They're desperate for a kick here. That just sits over the try line, and all the players chase after it. He's put it high and long.
He has, and what will Jamie Shaw do with it? He lets it bounce. And it all comes to naught.
And he puts his hand up, he apologises because that's not a kick that he would be proud of. He didn't catch it correctly. Looked like he was trying to set it up for a torpedo bomb, come down and cause difficulty in the Hull FC back three. Jamie Shaw maybe, but no. His kick, Hull FC get a chance to charge the ball back at Leeds now.
One away, Leeds! All we mean.
Interesting to see what they do in this set of 6, Hull FC. couple of speedsters take the ball forward. They kick early again, turn Leeds Rhinos around, maybe put that doubt in the minds.
The Leeds have looked better in the last 15 minutes because they've had more ball than they had in the first half. They've dominated possession, they've looked full of energy, but we know that the momentum swings in sport, and Hull are going to get some chance here now to attack. It's a test of Leeds' concentration and commitment now for the remaining quarter of this match.
Scott Taylor plays the ball. Houghton finds Sneed. He in turn finds Watts.
5 and last, James, away! 5 and last.
Last one coming up here. Sneed.
Okay, Danny.
Up into the air again to test Ryan Hall.
Okay,
and he's trapped in goal. Goal line dropout coming up. Wonderful kick from Sneed. Wonderful kick from the halfback.
It's almost worth the point on the scoreboard, isn't it, that, for the effect it's going to have. Gives them possession again, back-to-back possession in their opponent's half. That is brilliant.
He goes at the defensive line, doesn't he? He takes 5 or 6 steps, he's not under pressure.
Stay behind.
Places the kick where he wants it.
Great stuff, Mark Sneed. Third goal line dropout that Hull have forced.
Hold the chase.
And Hall did well to pluck the ball out of the air, but powerless to stop himself going over the goal line.
Hull FC come out on top, Eddie. They might have to bash their way through there.
There we go.
Now then. Galloway with a high shot. Would you take the 2 that's on offer here? Right under the chin of Scott Taylor.
Well, it's the late shift from Scott Taylor, isn't it?
It's close to being more than just a penalty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a 10-minute sin bin?
Well, the first tackle's on, the first impact's on the shoulder, and he's gone off the shoulder. They're obviously certainly thinking of extra action. Personally, I just think it's a penalty, and let's get on with it.
Keep it down. There's a warning, mate. Keep it down.
Well, he's been warned. Keep it down. The crowd were baying for a card of some colour. But surely, with a 5-point advantage, a kickable penalty, you take the 2, don't you?
Yeah, you would.
Sounds back on.
Well, he's well dealt with as well by Chris Campbell. The late shift, the footwork at the line. Scott Taylor, it's one of the things that he's got in his kit bag. He's such a big man. When he goes at the line, he's looking to find space, get forward, land on his front. Unfortunately for that man, he shifted too much, and it was just the swinging arm that made contact, gives the penalty away. And it's surely a 2 points.
Yeah, it's a nice little test for Hull FC, isn't it? I mean, they're top of the table, they're in all 3 trophies, in the running for all 3 trophies. They're going to have to try and win a game against the Leeds Rhinos side, who have come here to play with only 1 recognised halfback on the field. No Leon Price to come off the bench. Tumivave play no further part in this game. So Danny Washbrook steps into the half beside Mark Sneed. And that's a really good strength and really good, I suppose, example for Lee Radford of what his other playmakers can do if they go down a main man.
Big kick coming up. Big kick from Mark Sneed. 30 metres exactly out, almost centre field. Not a problem.
I like that, don't you?
I love it, I do. 15 points to 8, and Mark Sneed's drop goal of 1 point. Back end of the first half, looking really important right now.
The other important thing is a point that Brian just touched on there. The fact that Hull have a player, a utility player on the subs bench, which very few sides run with. Danny Washbrook can play in several positions. Most teams like to go for a big forward who they know they can just throw in the middle. But in the event of an injury to a key player, one of the pivotal players in your side, like a scrum half or standoff, having the player like Danny Washbrook, well, it's a bonus ball.
18-10, Wakefield ahead against Wigan. Second place Wigan trailing. Top of the table, Hull winning their last trophy, 2005, the Challenge Cup against Leeds at Cardiff, 25-24.
Hold it! Hold it, Mitch! Go!
They denied Leeds a League and Cup double that year, did the Black and Whites. Are they on course themselves in 2016 for that? And even more, we shall see. Sneed with a kick down the line. Another great kick. Great kick. Oh! Liam Sutcliffe, he took that ball over the dead ball line, and he could have let it go, you think, from up here. Which is easy enough. Or did he touch it anyway?
Yeah, the teasing kicks, aren't they?
I think he'd already touched it. There's no reason why he would have gone so desperately to bring it back in play. Knocks on in goal and rolls over the dead ball line.
And again,
teasing, you're right. Teasing kicks.
It's those kicks, it's the weight on the kick. And Liam Sutcliffe, well, does he go for that ball? Does he hope it goes dead? If he looks up behind him, he's got Hull FC chasing hard, trying to tackle him in goal.
Goal line dropout coming up quickly down to Bill.
Eddie, intriguing that Mark Minicello has played no part in this second half yet. He's been out, he's been on the exercise bike, he's gone back to the dugout, and I'm just wondering whether he's another player that Lee Radford has decided might not be worth risking with the big games they've got coming up.
Well, I wonder if he knows that we're going to trailing, because this is a big game. There's Mark Minicello.
Well, that's how you close games down, if that's the luxury that Lee Radford's got.
The trouble is they've got the derby next week.
Which is
no matter where they are in the table, no matter where they are in the table, they want to win the derby. Both sides do. We'll be seeing it. Sky Sports next Thursday. We will be back here for the big city derby as Sneed finds Thompson. Tries to bustle his way down the middle. They've reached tackle number 5. It'll come back to Sneed again. A little dab to the in-goal area. Work to do here. Another goal line dropout coming up. There was no way that Liam Sutcliffe was getting out of jail.
Well, it's death by 1,000 dropouts here, isn't it, for the Leeds team? They're trying everything they can to keep the hopes alive as we enter the final 20 minutes. But the accuracy of his kick, the enthusiasm of the chasers, just means that now, after having a 15-minute period with the ball, it's now all about Hull.
5th goal line dropout they've forced. What's happening at Wigan, Bill? Ben.
They're not giving this one up, Eddie. Great pass from Sam Tompkins, and Lewis Tierney goes in the corner. Magnificent touchline conversion from Matty Smith as well. Wigan close to within 2, 16-18.
Great game there, good contest here. 16-18, Wakefield ahead here, Hull ahead.
Well, Danny Houghton taking a favourable bounce then. Going for the short kick-off, hopefully getting it back. It was a desperate chase from Leeds Rhinos.
Oh, was that off the knees? Was that off the knees of Liam Watts? Is that a knock-on by Garbutt? No, first knock-on I think he's giving.
Was it against Leeds? From around the play of the ball? No. Thought Keith Galloway perhaps got his hand. Very often they've penalised, aren't they, the markers for doing that?
Yeah, I think he's ruled that it's come off James Green, is it? Hits his thigh, which isn't classed as a kick, unlike the other one.
Well, where was the knock-on from Hull, if that's the case?
Well, I think he's ruled that it came off his hand before it hit his leg.
Well, they've got to make split-second decisions, haven't they?
Well, who's got the X factor for Leeds Rhinos? That man, Callum Watkins. Maybe Joe Moon, Seguiaro.
After conceding back-to-back goal line dropouts, Terry, to come away with the ball so early in the tackle count, that's manna from heaven for the Leeds Rhinos. Now need to convert that.
Burrow gets the ball away to Sutcliffe.
Hell for 4, Danny Washburn. Just down 4.
Seguiaro waits again. 4. Gives it to Rob Burrow again. He finds Ablett. Ablett, short ball to Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall has got Joel Moon. There was a hand in there. It's going to be 6 to go anyway. It is. Chris Campbell wipes the tackle count clean. That was an important touch. Might have saved a try. Might have delayed a try because here comes the big fellow Garbutt.
He's ran strong, hasn't he, Garbutt, in this game?
He has all night. Seguiaro. Back it comes to Burrow. Galloway flicks the pass. Seguiaro again. Oh, a goose step. Jordan Thompson wasn't being fooled by that.
On the line, and hold it, hold the line.
Jamie Jones Buchanan, all that experience. Ooh, so close and held up.
For 3, let him go. Jamie, take it back 10 forward.
He
wants to get to his feet.
He doesn't want to spot that, Jamie Jones, because it was a slow play, the ball. Liam Watts and Scott Taylor really getting the full bodies on the tackle. Liam Watts. Well, the referee says there's a head injury, just clutching onto his nose.
3, mate.
And there's more problems for Hull, as you can see.
You alright?
He's been struggling a bit in the first half, Jamie Shaw.
I hope they're okay, Eddie. Stoppage here will benefit Hull FC.
3.
Leeds Rhinos would have hoped the game would speed up. Have a look now and see what's happened.
Keith.
No.
Is it that one there? No, Watts missed him.
I'm not not sure which one it is.
Well, Liam, watch it. Oh, maybe there, the elbow, maybe
an elbow
there.
from Scott Taylor, get off me.
Come on, let's carry on, fellas. Come on, let's be there.
And he looks around, he says, oh, hey,
I didn't know it was you.
bosh my own man here.
On the line. On the line.
He's leaving the pitch anyway, Liam Watts.
Jamie!
He caught one for his corner. So, back to the play the ball. Seguiaro and Garbett look to offload again. Wasn't able to. Hull bring him down on tackle number 4. Back it comes now to Lilly. He then finds Burrow. Another kick aerially, looking for Ryan Hall, finding Ryan Hall. And they forced the goal line dropout.
Well, good depth in the attacking line from Leeds Rhinos, and again, were they going to that man Ryan Hall?
How about these kicks from Rob Burrow?
Well, what surprised me, a little chip over the top was something they needed. You asked for a play with the X Factor. Well, let's try the ball over the top and hope that Ryan Hall can get on it.
What do you think though, lads? Do you think he could have got that ball himself and maybe scored a try instead of looking to tap it back to one of his teammates? But with that, with the pressure from that play, at least they do get the ball back. It's another set of 6 now. They will have.
And there's plenty of time for Leeds here. Look, only 63 and a half minutes gone.
When you're ready, Mark, hold the chase.
Mark Sneed or Ryan Hall? Who do you want to talk to, John? Well, they're both having great games, aren't they, the two of them? And the winner will be with John Wells at the touchscreen.
And if it's a draw, will it be both of them?
Yeah, no, you can go down then, Terry.
This game is there for the Leeds Rhinos. It is very much there for them.
Seguiaro.
That's 2.
Impressive on his debut, hasn't he? It's an okay.
Good.
Come on, 2, go.
Oh, Holkayara ahead. Burrow drops the pass off
3,
again.
release his legs.
Great games
3.
tonight.
Okay.
Watkins, back it comes to Jamie Jones. This is Garbett. He deserves a try, doesn't he, for the great strong running he's been doing all night.
Yeah, run with purpose all night, running to bust, running to make a dent.
It's good work by Scott Taylor, though, and that's good clearing. But another goal line dropout forced by Jordan Lilly. Jamie Shaw onto it quickly.
Well, they're having some success now, Leeds Rhinos, over the final quarter. It's a good kick from Jordan Lilly. Some of them haven't come off, but he's not been deterred from those mistakes that he's made. He's still trying it. Well, what's the body language like from Leeds Rhinos?
Oh, they're keen.
Yeah, more and more of the senior players are starting to get involved now. 70 minutes last week, they were really good. They've got to come up with an 80-minute performance tonight.
You'd imagine that Joel Moon would ask at some point in this set of 6 to get the ball in his hands. He's got Mahe Fanua opposite him, the number 2. He's made 1 or 2 mistakes in choosing when to come in, when to stay out. But more often than not, the ball stayed in the middle. Some of the outside backs probably are desperate for a chance to show what they can do for Leeds.
I know Leeds are bottom of the table, but they've been close. I know they've been hammered a few times, but they've been close on many occasions this year. And here they are again, just 5 points away from their opponents and a quarter of an hour of the game remaining, and they are turning the screw with Seguiaro, who finds Lilly, who finds Burrow. Here is Ablett. Thought about a short ball to Moon. Instead, he slips the pass to Sutcliffe. Now it's Burrow again. Burrow drops the ball off. Watkins, can he use that strength of his? Not this time. Sneed sticking to him like a limpet mine. Seguiaro again looking every way. Comes to the centre to Garbett. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders around him. They've reached the 5th tackle. Seguiaro once more to Burrow. And Burrow went for it himself. Gets the ball back, smuggles it away to Seguiaro. There was feet all over the place. Seguiaro now has pinched the ball. That'll be a penalty.
Yeah. And he gets carried away, Seguiaro. The ball was charged down, then all of a sudden he thinks that it's a one-on-one. He thinks the ball's still in play. Rob Burrows looks to offload the ball. There's the kick. Mark Sneed comes up with it, and then the tackle was complete. Looks to strip it. Talanoa closed that play down, though. The reason why Rob Burrow pulls the ball back in, because Talanoa comes up, he shapes up, and he closes the play down on the right side for Leeds Rhinos.
There was nothing really on there, Terry, was it? I think Rob Burrow put his hand up again. It's the end of the sets. There's been a marked difference between Hull FC, who have been brilliant in ending their sets, and the Leeds Rhinos, who haven't been as good as they would need to be to come to the home of the league leaders to come away with a result. I'm not going away from my statement that there is a chance for Leeds Rhinos in this game. There's plenty of time on the clock. The scoreboard is not so far against them that they can't reel it back in. They need to end their sets better.
Brian McDermott will be hoping so. He's taking charge of Leeds for the 200th time tonight. He has a 59% winning ratio as the hand goes up from the referee to signal the 5th tackle. Sneed. Boots play on this, and his soccer skills being dribbled. Oh, just didn't come up for Sneed.
Well, everything just seems it's coming off for Mark Sneed.
You think Steve Bruce will have his eye on him at the moment? He's playing that well.
Well, they're back in the Premier League. They've got money to spend.
Well, every time he kicks the ball, there's just so many Hull FC shirts in support, going up, helping him out, and what his teammates are doing, they're making and turning all those kicks into good kicks because of the pressure.
Do you think, Phil, we might see Mark Sneed in the Tigers jersey for the first Premier League match of the season live on Sky against Leicester City?
Watch out on transfer deadline day. I think Lee Radford will be pretty nervous. I have to have a word with my good friend Jim White to make sure that he doesn't break that news. It would break the hearts of the Hull supporters.
It's all tongue-in-cheek, don't worry. Here is Burrow. Burrow with the pass to Ryan Hall. It's come up for them in the past. It's coming up again. But he's wrestled to the ground by Steve Michaels. Burrow to Sutcliffe. Over the top it goes, looking for Callum Watkins. Now then, was that off Watkins? Was that off Watkins? Because it found its way to Sneed. It must have come off Watkins, otherwise Sneed would have been offside. It was off Watkins.
Yeah. It was. Mark Sneed just pouches that ball, but gaining in confidence. Again, down there, Hull's line. Look how many of the Hull players now just walking around the play of the ball, hands on top of their heads.
Well, they've got some big players back in the side lately, have Leeds. The likes of Moon and Hall and Ablett and Delaney. And you have to wonder what might have been had Leeds had a full complement of stars from the very first week of the season. They've suffered with injury. And this is Sutcliffe.
Yeah, Eddie, there's a lot of teams that have suffered with injuries as well. Sure, key players missing from a lot of sides in Super League because of the ferocity and the challenges in the sport. The players asked to back up big performances time after time.
I'll remind you, Andy, just how close the margins are in sport. Hull were 20 points down in the Good Friday game. That's this year, Good Friday this year. They were 20-0 behind.
That was the turning point.
Leeds lost the first game 12-10 to Warrington, when perhaps Warrington had a try, a very dubious try allowed for them on that day. And the season fell from that point from Leeds. 2 games there are so close from victory to defeat, and yet have transformed the memories and the seasons for both of these clubs.
And if you're wondering why Leeds are playing with such spirit tonight, they managed to make 10th in the Super League, which is a strange thing to say for a team of champions. They've got 6 to go here, have the Rhinos. They get to 10th in the table, and they get 4 games in the middle eights, which could be vital. At home, 4 games at home.
Well, the final 10 minutes here, they're giving it the best crack out of the Rhinos. And Hull FC, if you look at the stats there.
Sneed has got a problem with the hamstring, has he?
Carl, calm down.
Well, that will be a problem. It'll be a big lift for the Rhinos, though, Eddie.
James, honestly.
But Hull FC, well, they've missed more tackles than Leeds Rhinos. That shows how good Leeds Rhinos have defended in this game. Even though they're behind on the scoreboard,
just calm down.
and some of the Leeds players will be looking at Mark Sneed, and if he does have to leave the pitch,
and I think he does. Now that could be really serious, or is he just going out on the wing for the time being? He's going on the wing
just to see if he can recover, maybe run the injury off.
You can't run hamstrings off.
One away, Hall!
Maybe it wasn't a hamstring.
Maybe it was cramp, eh? Lilly, back it comes on the half volley, picked up by Jamie Jones.
And that pass needs to be better.
Lilly to Burrow. He gets it away to Ablett. And Hull are defending their line now as if their lives depend on it, and indeed they do. It's with Lilly. This is Garbutt.
4! Move for 4! Play the ball, 4.
Callum Watkins screaming for it.
Wide they go to Achurch. Play on, Callum Watkins! Callum Watkins scores for Leeds. And Scott Taylor asking the referee check something, but it's too late. The try has been given. Callum Watkins at just the right time. It's a 3-point ball game, and there is a kick to come.
He's been screaming for that for the last couple of plays. Callum Watkins, the big high ball, the mistake from Talanoa. Nick Church gets the ball, and have a little look here. The kick, the ricochet, but the footwork and the strength from Callum Watkins puts himself where the action is.
Well, that's a bad look at recent matches, Leeds. They maybe having some good one here now. That ricochet went for them. Callum Watkins, who's been dangerous all night, he's got them here now within 3.
He has. He's Leeds' only ever present this year. He has not missed a game all season, and what's more, he is now 1 try away from 100 for the Leeds Rhinos. That's his 99th try for the club, and how vital might it be?
There's that Jamie Shaw now as well. The Hull fullback had his right knee checked out by the physio. He's certainly going to get a very exciting last 8 minutes.
We are 3 tries to 2 in Leeds' favour, and they've got 2 of those in this second half. Hull haven't crossed the whitewash yet. They've only kicked a penalty. So, Liam Sutcliffe, can he kick this one? He hasn't kicked anything yet. He hasn't kicked anything yet. He's kicked one now. 1 point in it. Mark Sneed's drop goal is all that separates these two sides. 15-14.
Well, he gets it when the pressure's on. And Callum Watkins made more tackle busts than any of his teammates, whether it's the footwork or the sheer strength. When he gets a one-on-one with somebody, he's so dangerous to beat. As soon as he steps on the gas, he goes, he gets rid of the defenders, leaves them lying in his wake. It's such a good play, Callum Watkins, and they're back in the game, Eddie.
They are back in the game. Close here at Hull. What's happening at Wigan? That's the question we need to ask, and we need to answer. And we will shortly.
Keep it low, Hull, discipline.
Here we go.
One away.
Ben,
incredible.
Get up, Keith. Get up,
rescue
Keith.
from Wigan, and you won't believe this. Lewis Tierney goes in with virtually the last kick of the game. He scored his second try, and Wigan have hit the front 20 points to 18. All came about. It was Wigan who surrendered possession, then Wakefield had a knock on, and that gave possession back to the Warriors, and they've made them pay in sensational style after that 62-0 humbling earlier this season. And Wigan on course to snatch it right to the death. 2018 kick to come.
And Hull KR have preserved their Super League status for 2017. Maybe Huddersfield have got to go into the middle eights now.
Well, Seguiaro going for the straight. How many players, Leeds players in that set of 6 were congregating around the play of the ball, anticipating the... Oh, here we go.
Leeds with a glorious chance. They have a man out wide. It's Callum Watkins here. It's Watkins. Oh, he couldn't stretch the arm out. Wonderful defence underneath him from Kirk Yeeman. That was nearly 100 tries for Leeds. More importantly, it was nearly the match winner for the Rhinos.
And Scott Taylor as well, the prop forward comes in, makes the initial tackle.
Leeds coming home with a wet sail. 6 minutes remaining. Seguiaro to Burrow. Here is Ablett. They look the stronger at the moment.
Everyone's hands up, everyone's an option here now for the Rhinos.
Seguiaro, back it comes to Jordan Lilly. Flat pass to Adam Cuthbertson. Scott Taylor all over him.
Move on the line.
Seguiaro waits. Here is Burrow. Drops the pass off.
It's out for 4.
A-Church, isn't it?
Hold the line.
Seguiaro again. Flat pass. Watkins! 100 not out for Callum Watkins. Could have just scored the match winner. What a comeback from the Leeds Rhinos. 100 tries for the club. 8th of the season. More importantly, Leeds go ahead for for the first time since the second minute of this match, and we've got 5 to go.
But more conviction in that set of 6 from the Rhinos. It's a simple crash over from Callum Watkins, and the Hull FC heads go down. He beats Kirk Yeaman, he targets Mark Sneed, he gets the one-on-one with him, he goes low, he powers his legs forward, and just look at his body angle. He's not going to be denied that close to the line, Callum Watkins.
Wow, Leeds take the lead against the leaders of the First Utility Super League. And a few moments ago we saw that Wigan had taken a dramatic lead against Wakefield. The 12 men of Wigan, with Sean O'Loughlin having been sent off sensationally in the first half. Could this be a big turning point? Brian McDermott won't be worried about what's happening at the top. Not this year, but he will be delighted with this second half performance. And if Sutcliffe kicks this, it'll give him a little bit of breathing space. The Hull players thought this match was in the bag at half-time. Liam Sutcliffe. This to make it a 5-point advantage for the Rhinos. 1 from 3. 1 from 4. The gap is 3 points. 1 try for Hull will do it.
Well, they need 4 points and they've got 4 minutes. Great finish. Brian McDermott, they're getting used to this. Last week his team lost the game in the last minute. Here, they might just have won it in the final stages of this game. Will this be a short kick-off here for Mark Sneed? Obviously, you need the ball to score.
Short kick-off from Mark Sneed. Can Hull get it back? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. It came off a Leeds hand as well, so it is a 0 tackle here. They have 6 to go from here.
What's the nerves like now if you're a Leeds Rhinos player?
Leeds move!
Tight finish at Saints. They've beaten Widnes by 2 points. Here we've got a 3-point ball game. Wigan, I think we're ahead by 2. Closing in on full time at the DW Stadium. Wigan could go top of the table tonight if Hull don't win here. It's a dramatic night in the First Utility Super League.
Well, they're giving themselves a chance, Leeds Rhinos here.
Sneed. Stopped first of all by Joel Moon, then by 2 more. He's got problems with that left leg. Plays the ball to Houghton. Liam Watts. Oh, went backwards off Washbrook. Lucky to get away with it, but they lost a bit of momentum here of the black and whites.
Well, look at that defensive line from Leeds Rhinos. Nobody jumping it. Nobody trying to solve problems and be a hero. They're keeping that defensive line intact.
Watts again.
That's tackle 5 and left.
We've reached tackle number 5. Do Hull have a match-winning moment in them here? Sneed goes high. It's a great kick. The chase is on. Shaw's got it. And Leeds have got Shaw. That's the turnover.
Well done, Liam Sutcliffe. Look at that, on his line, knowing exactly what it means. That if Hull FC come down with that ball, that's probably the game. They've lost the 2 lead points. That's a big play from the youngster.
Are Leeds really bottom of the table?
It's incredible, isn't it?
You have to pinch yourself. Oh, that ball's come away, but Burrow has it. Leeds will counter from their own line. Ben, final score, what's happening?
Yes, Wigan have sensationally snatched a second try from Lewis Tierney, and that try from Callum Watkins at the KCOM Stadium with music to the ears of the Wigan fans here. Heartbreak for Chris Chester, of course, back-to-back grand finalist with Wigan once upon a time. Wigan extend their run. They've won their last 6 at home now against Wakefield. They extend their winning streak to 8 matches, and they're going to go top of the table as things stand.
Yes,
sensational.
They are going top of the table as things stand. Liam Sutcliffe up the middle from one end of the field to the other. I wonder, I'm not trying to be Mike Stevenson here, but would they be tempted for a 1-pointer? No, they won't. They'll turn the ball over there, and they'll invite Hull to go the length of the field in 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Well, it's a big minute, isn't it? Leeds Rhinos just holding on, clinging on. But look, I like this. Numbers in. 4 players around Hull FC. They've got really tight now. If Hull FC look to shift this ball, they could be in trouble, Leeds.
They need to shift it wide to the left, but they can't with the tackling like this from Seguiaro and Moon. Leeds are 45 seconds away. They are the bogey side of the black and whites. They have won the last 5. They're in the chance here now of winning 6 in a row. Hadley came off his foot. It's Jordan Lilly. Oh, and that's a try saver. I don't think it matters. It's a goal line dropout. I don't think it matters.
The youngster, why didn't he back himself? Could he have gone over the line himself, Jordan Lilly? But Mark Sneed, what was he doing? Was it the second play, third play? Kicks the ball cross field. They've still got time. They still had time.
Short goal line dropout from Danny Houghton. It was desperate. Carl Ablett onto it. Leeds have won. Leeds have won for the 6th successive time, and the margin might be 7 points because they have a penalty here. They have a penalty, and they're bound to take the kick. They're bound to take the kick. It matters nothing because they've won the match anyway. The final siren has sounded, but it's just about the margin of victory. At the moment it's 3. It's probably going to be 5. What character from the Leeds Rhinos tonight?
Well, look what it means to those players, all congratulating each other. They've had to really dig deep.
They put the music on. The whole man who's on the PA system thinks this game's done and dusted.
Well,
Liam Sutcliffe's going to kick the goal here with Old Faithful ringing round the ground.
Yeah. Well, look at Hull FC. 2 defeats on the bounce now for them.
He's kicked it. Hull 15, Leeds 20, final score. Wigan have beaten Wakefield with 12 men for all of that. Wigan go top of the table. Hull in the last week have suffered 2 defeats, and that's a real dent in their hopes of finishing with the League Leaders' Shield at the end of the Super 8s.
It is, Eddie, but what about Leeds Rhinos? Everyone's been writing them off, saying, yeah, we'll play Leeds Rhinos, we'll take 2 easy league points. They've shown that they're not dead and buried. They might not be in the top 8, but there's some character within that side. Some of those big players from the likes of Liam Sutcliffe diffusing that bomb so close to his line. Callum Watkins scoring a couple of tries. Joel Moon, Rob Burrow, players really putting their hands up, trying to lead from the front. And I thought Mitch Garber was absolutely brilliant. Every time he got the ball, he run as hard as he can. The rewards off the back of that his teammates got were incredible. The character is still there, Eddie. Leeds Rhinos live on.
They had to wait a long time for their first away win of the season. That came a couple of weeks ago at Wakefield. They've now won 2 in a row away from Headingley. That was character from start